Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Central Illinois Sports and Morton Junior High here for the pregame show of our third quarterfinal today in the 7th grade Class 4A state quarterfinals. It is the Arlington Heights South Cardinals taking on the Willowbrook Westview Hills Wildcats. A couple of teams that do not have a lot of IESA games under their records this year. Arlington Heights South just a 13-1 record coming into the state tournament. Willowbrook Westview Hills just a 12-1 record. So teams with not a lot of experience here on the court here. And of course, 3 of those games come in the postseason. But 2 teams that are definitely at top-tier form and ready to compete here at the state-level competition. We will take a quick break. When we come back, we'll tell you about these 2 teams and their road to Morton here today. You're watching the pregame show live on Central Illinois Sports.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Shooting is one of our favorite pastimes.
When it comes to guns and ammo, think Game Masters. They have new guns, used guns, gun safes, and gun accessories. And be sure to head over to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out our great selection.
Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more. At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Welcome you back here on Central Illinois Sports as we get you ready for our third quarterfinal of the day. Arlington Heights South taking on Willowbrook Westview Hills here for this Arlington Heights South team. Some of the teams they have defeated this season. They have defeated Vernon Hills, Hawthorne North and South. Also defeated Lake Zurich North. Also defeated Park Ridge, Prospect, Lincoln. They have also played Barrington Prairie, Arlington Heights Thomas, and Prospect MacArthur here on the season. Their road to the postseason looks like this. One of the rare 4A teams that have had to play 3 games here in a regional. They defeated Vernon Hills, Hawthorne South 45-11 in the quarterfinal. Barrington Station by a score of 32-13 in the semi, and won the regional championship with a 24-16 nod over Barrington Prairie. Their sectional win, a 40-19 victory over Rockford Eisenhower. The roster here for this Arlington Heights South team: number 2 is Carrie Anderson. Number 3, Brenna Klakinga, a 7th grade guard. Number 4 is Molly McCarthy. Number 10, McKenna Carroll. Number 14, Aaron Collins. Number 15 is Audrey Childs. Number 21 is Kate Matre. Number 25, Emery Kumo. Number 32, Campbell Frazee. Number 35, Layla Vermillion. Number 40, Brinley Heffernan. Number 41, McCall Tauber. And number 45, Bria Hugan. That is the roster for Dan Birdie's Arlington Heights South Cardinals as they get ready for state competition here today. On the opposite side, for the Willowbrook Westview Hills Wildcats, Tim Strizo, their head coach, a record of 12-1 coming into the state tournament here today. They have defeated Lamont Old Quarry, Woodridge Jefferson, Burr Ridge Gower, Butler Oakbrook, Westmont Junior High, Darien Eisenhower, Burr Ridge Middle School, Downers Grove Lakeview, and Cass Darien. Their lone loss reported on the season came to Lyle. That was a 38-18 final. Their road to Morton, they defeated Homer Glen Homer 35-17 in the semifinal. Regional championship win came over Lamont Old Quarry by the score of 37-34. And their sectional championship win, a 33-32 advantage over Bolingbrook Jane Adams. Captains are meeting at midcourt. as the two teams continue warm-ups here. We've got just about 3 minutes and change because we've got some announcements that they read beforehand and they introduce all the players here on the court. We will step aside for a quick break. You're watching the pregame show here live from Morton in the 7th grade Class 4A state tournament.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon Boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
GSI grain bins are built using the highest strength steel available. This allows you to store more grain to maximize your profitability and efficiency. Buy one now and receive our winter discount program. Mixer Lumber Company, your GSI grain bin dealer.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Welcome you back here as we get ready to introduce you the starters for Willowbrook Westview. Here's here. Number 4, a 6th grade guard, Reese McKissack, along with number 11, a 7th grade guard, Elena Vlahos. Also starting number 14, a forward at 7th grader, number 14, Maddie Kimball. Number 23 is Carly Brunell, a 7th grade center. And rounding out the squad is the 7th grade forward, number 40, Sophia Johnson. Other roster players on Willowbrook Westview Hills, number 3, Stella Infuso. Number 5, Adriana Madrid. Number 13, Elise Velisu. Number 15, Isabella Bolden. Number 20, Lauren Lipinski. And number 23, Carly Brunell. We told you about that Cardinals roster here just a minute as we'll get ready to introduce you to their starting 5 here and get you ready for our 3rd semifinal here of the day. Once again, 2 teams with not a lot of games on their schedule here this year. Starting 5 here, though, for the South Cardinals. Number 10, McCara Kennel. Number 15, Audrey Childs. Number 32 is Campbell Fraze. Number 40 is Brinley Heffernan. And the 5th starter, number 41, McCall Tauber. Dan Birdie, the head coach of Arlington Heights South. Tim Strizo, the head coach for Willowbrook Westview Hills. Crowd has thinned out considerably here after the normal contingent exited after their win over University Park Creek Monet. One semifinal is prepped and ready to go for a 5 o'clock tip. The winner of this one will advance to the 6:30 semifinal. All of our winners come back next Thursday, December 7th for trophy night here. Sophia Johnson lines up for Willowbrook Westview Hills. McCall Tauber lines up for the Cardinals, and here we go. Quickly underway now. This is Vlahos, and they say there's going to be a ball handling violation and a quick turnover here against the Wildcats. Or actually, maybe they're talking about which way everybody's supposed to go. Officials are going to go here and reset things, and now they're going to get things in the right direction here. They work the basketball now down to Johnson. Johnson goes up. She can't finish on the quick layup try. Rebound comes down into the hands of Brinley Heffernan. Heffernan pushing here quickly for the Cardinals. They work it back down. This is Tauber. Tauber gets the first points on the board here. And Arlington Heights South takes a quick 2-0 lead. Working back down to the other end. This is Johnson. She goes up with it. She'll get fouled, though, and go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Johnson gets the first 2 free throw tries here of this early ball game. First foul will go against Campbell Fraze for the Cardinals as the first free throw is up and good. We remind you as we remind ourselves because it's a new rule change here this year. After 5 team fouls, we go to double bonus shooting. Second free throw is up, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Brunell. She can't finish as she was partially blocked. It'll go out of bounds and remain Wildcats basketball. Willowbrook Westview Hills in their road navy blue with gold numbers and letters as that's tipped out of bounds by Heffernan. Arlington Heights South in the home whites, dark shorts with red numbers and letters and some black trim on the jerseys. Basketball stripped away. Here comes Carroll with it. Carroll quickly pushes down, tries to get it down to Tauber, and it goes over her head and out of bounds. It'll be a turnover against the Cardinals. Just underway here in our 3rd quarterfinal today. Remind you, if you're just joining us here on Central Illinois Sports, your subscription into our IESA package gets you access into tonight's semifinals as well, along with Thursday's trophy games and entire coverage of the 8th grade tournament next weekend. Sometimes it's not uncommon to see teams with a 7th and 8th grade squad that will make it both state tournaments. So if that happens to be one of your schools, congratulations, and we'll see you next weekend. Molly McCarthy will check in here, or Reese McKissick checks back in for the Wildcats. They've got the basketball here, and they trail by 1. This is Johnson with it. Tries to get it back out now. Tauber strips it away. Tauber with it, going to the basket, gets tripped up there by McKissick, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a Wildcats basketball here. Westview Hills will take over with 4:55 left to go in the first. Full court pressure coming here now for Arlington Heights South. Brunel with the basketball, drives into double coverage. She's got to get rid of it, and now here come the Wildcats as they get across the pressure. McKissick drives into the lane, up with the right hand, no good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Fraze. South on the attack now. They get it now down to the hands of Audrey Childs, wearing number 15. Picking up the basketball, that's Fraze out of the volleyball line. Works it down to the right side. Childs with it. Took a couple of dribbles. They work it around the perimeter. Long three ball on the way from Heffernan, misses the mark. Rebound comes down into the hands of Fraze, and she finishes. Arlington Heights South gets another basket. They're up 4-1 here in the early going. Valajos, the ball handler here for the Wildcat squad. Works it down into the offensive side of the court. Short corner pass down to Johnson. She'll go up with it and get fouled on the finish. Sophia Johnson quickly making her presence known in this ball game. She's got all 3 of the points here for Willowbrook Westview Hills early on. The foul is going to go against Fraze. Campbell Fraze, that'll be her second personal foul already. 3 team fouls quickly on the board here for Arlington Heights South. Johnson's free throw misses. Rebound comes down into the hands of Heffernan. She wants to push the tempo here for the Cardinals. Gets stripped away. Comes into the hands of Valajos. She'll try and get back down the court here for the Wildcats. Gets it quickly down to Johnson. Tries to post up, nothing there. Quick toss to McKissick. Goes through her hands. Into the hands of Kimball and out of bounds. And the basketball will go back to the Cardinals. Live from Morton Junior High School, just outside the ranks of Peoria, Illinois, for the site of the Class 4A state tournament for 7th grade. We've got guys at all 4 sites here today. You can tune into any of the ball games you want at any time. Put one on your tablet, one on your TV. It's a fun way to keep up with everything if you can. Shot no good for the Cardinals. Rebound comes down to the hands of Sophia Johnson. They quickly push down now to the corner. Losing her footing there on the play was one of the Wildcats. Number 23, Carly Brunel, and that'll be the turnover. Cardinals waste no time getting the basketball down into their own end of the court. It's going to be a race for it as Vermillion tries to race it down. She picks it back up. Layla Vermillion wearing number 35. They get it now down to Tauber. Her shot up no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Carly Brunel. Valajos looks down the court. On a drive here for the Wildcats was Brunel, and she'll get fouled and go to the free throw line. Arlington Heights South has quickly wrapped up 4 fouls here in the quarter. That one goes against Layla Vermillion. Brunel steps to the free throw line. First one is up and no good. It's still a 4-3 contest here. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Second one is up and good. We're tied back at 4. Is checking in here for Arlington Heights South is number 25, Emery Kumo. McKenna Carroll brings the basketball down for Cardinals, gets stripped away. Here comes Valajos with it. Picks it up the top of the key. Long 3 ball on the way from Brunel off the front of the rim, and it's going to go out of bounds. And the Cardinals get another crack at it here on the offensive side. Checking in for Westview Hills, number 14, that's Maddie Kimball. As sitting down is Adriana Madrid, who checked in here for a couple of minutes in the rotation. Carroll gets the basketball across here for the Cardinals. Driving in, that's Childs, and she'll get called for the extra step on the defensive pressure there from Elena Valajos. 2:36 left to go here in the first quarter. Vallajos with the basketball, gets it now to Kimball. She tries an entry pass down into Brunel. Brunel goes up with a shot, no good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Bria Hugan. Wildcats are getting a lot of opportunities in the paint. They've got this Cardinals team outsized by just a little bit. And now it's a strip and a steal for Brunel. She's going to try and go coast to coast with it. Goes up, gets partially blocked by Carroll. And now it's going to get picked up by the Cardinals as Childs got on it. Childs with the basketball, brings it across the timeline, back out to McKenna Carroll. Takes a couple of dribbles. Down in the corner, this is Audrey Childs, and she's going to get bumped and fouled by Reese McKissick. For Willowbrook, that's just going to be their first foul of the quarter here. The Wildcats will shoot on the next foul from Arlington Heights South with 1:50 left to go here. Brianna Kolkanga checks back in here for the Cardinals. Almost stolen away by Vallajos. Kolkanga with the basketball. A little three-person weave here. Three ball on the way from Kolkanga. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound comes down to the hands of McKissick. She'll hand it off to Elena Vallajos, and here comes Westview Hills. Johnson with the basketball. Works it down on the left side of the baseline to McKissick. She tries to dribble around. Nothing there. Nice defense from Kumo. Kicks it back out. Shot on the way. Comes off from Aaron Collins. No good. Fight for the loose ball. Comes down to Stella Anfuso. 1:15 left to go here in the first period. This has been a fun little ball game. Three-man weave for the Cardinals. They work it around to the left side. This is Kumo with it. Now back up top to Audrey Childs. Drive. Stops at the free throw line. Tries to dish it down into Vermillion. She loses it. And it's going to be a foul against Westview Hills. The foul will go against McKissick, or excuse me, against number 40, Sophia Johnson. That'll be her first, team second. 58 seconds left here in the first. They get the basketball to Layla Vermillion. It gets tipped away and lost, almost stolen away by the Wildcats. Now it's a loose ball, gets picked up by Childs. She shoots, no good. Rebound came down to Hugan. She fired one up and it got partially blocked, and now it comes down into the hands of the Wildcats. 45 seconds left to go here in the first period. Vallajos with the basketball, driving to the elbow, kicks it back out now to Brunel. She drives baseline, gets caught in the short corner. Vallajos, three from the corner is good. Elena Vallajos knocks it down from 19-9. The Wildcats take a 7-4 lead here with 30 seconds left in the first period. Back on the attack is South. Long two-point basket on the way, no good, out of the hands of Kumo. And now we've got a loose ball and a pickup there as Kimball grabs it, and we'll take a timeout called by the Wildcats. 7-4 with 14 seconds left. We're back in 30 seconds.
Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
Wildcats take the timeout to try and set up one last possession here. They lead 7-4 here, 14 and a half seconds left. They quickly get it to McKissick. She'll get it back to Vallajos to bring it across the time stripe here with 10 seconds. Out at the midcourt logo, now over to Johnson. They are overloaded on the left side. 4 seconds, 3. They've got to fire up a shot. Don't seem to know about what time's left on the clock. A quick 3 is called up by Brunel, and they say it's no good even if it went through. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Willowbrook, Westview Heights, 7. Arlington Heights South, 4. We're back in 1 minute with second quarter play-by-play.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Croc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, Sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to, but I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
Make your dream kitchen and bath a reality with help from Pike County Lumber. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle and your needs. Quartz countertops, quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Second quarter play-by-play coming up here as it's going to be Cardinals basketball to begin the second quarter. They trail 7-4 here. With the basketball was Clokenga. She quickly hands it off to Carrie Anderson, who's back in the contest. Vermillion picks the basketball up. It gets loose and now stolen away from Brunel. Brunel's going to try and go coast to coast with it. Goes up with the right hand, gets fouled. It rolls around the rim and does not go down, but Carly Brunel will head back to the free throw line for 2 more attempts. First free throw is up and good for Brunel. That makes it an 8-4 advantage here. The foul was called against number 35, Layla Vermillion. That's her second personal. Vermillion will head to the bench while Heffernan checks back in. More teams getting ready down at the opposite end of the court here, ready to take a seat and watch here this third quarterfinals. They'll be participating in the fourth. 5:40 left to go here as we are just underway in the second. South with the basketball, trailing by 4. They kick it down into the corner. Heffernan takes 2 dribbles in, stops and pops from 10, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Carrie Anderson. She'll be able to put it in to finish. It's an 8-6 ball game. We've got to get a point added back on the board for Westview Hills. There we go. McKissick with the basketball, dribbles into double coverage, has to get rid of it. Instead, it's stolen away. Here comes South. That was Kuma with the steal. And now back on the opposite side, they'll quickly turn it over. Valajos tries to get it down to Brunel down the court. She goes up with the left hand, gets fouled and can't finish. Clokenga is going to get whistled for the foul here. Second team foul against South in the quarter. First of the game against Brianna Clokenga. Carly Brunel will step back to the charity stripe here for Westview Hills. First one is up and it's good. It's a 9-6 basketball game here with 5:04 left in the first half. First one's up, second one's up and good too. It's a 10-6 advantage now. The Wildcats starting to get some things rolling here as they were able to get the nice transition play and turn it into free throws. Johnson gets her hands on it, knocks it back out to midcourt, picked up by Clokenga. Cardinals are doing their best to deal with a little bit of physicality and height inside. They've got some size of their own, but Sophia Johnson and Carly Brunel just a little bit stronger and bigger than most of the forwards here on the South roster. Heffernan will inbounds, gets the basketball to Clokenga back out at the midcourt logo. 4:45 left to go here in the second. 3-man weave as Kumo picks it up at the top of the key. They try to work it inside. Brunel gets her hands on it, and now it's a fight for the loose ball, and Heffernan just started to throw everybody around. Correction about what I said about South not having a lot of strength. Heffernan just was about ready to throw 2 people on the floor. It'll be a jump ball. Basketball will go to the Wildcats there on the alternating possession. McKenna Carroll will check back in here for the Cardinals. And Clokenga will take a seat. Some extended pressure here, man-to-man, coming out by the Cardinals on this one. McKissick takes it across the time stripe here for Westview Hills. Dribbles down into the corner. Long shots at 2 if it goes. It's no good. Rebound comes down to McKenna Carroll. South likes to run this 3-person weave and then just usually find somebody on the wing and then hope to get it back down into the post. The official thought that Westview Hills was calling a timeout. Coach Tim Strizo says we did not. So there's going to be a stoppage in play. It's going to be Westview Hills basketball. There will be no timeout assessed with 4:05 left to go here. They'll inbound the basketball back to Reese McKissick. Down in the corner, Sophia Johnson with it. Tries to get it back to Valajos. Now it comes back to Johnson. She dribbles around, loses it down in the paint. Basketball comes out to the hands of Bria Hugan. Now it comes back up. Valajos got a shot up. No, excuse me, that was Kimball. She missed it. Rebound comes down to the Cardinals. Driving now is Heffernan. She's going to lose it out of bounds, and it'll go back to Westview Hills. Tauber will check back in for Arlington Heights South. Bria Hugan will take a seat. 3:40 left to go here in the first half. This has been a fun little ball game. Two teams that like to push the tempo here, and two teams with a little bit of height and a little bit of physicality. Makes for a fun basketball game. The basketball plays ping pong off of everyone's feet as they lose control to go out of bounds off the Wildcats and go back to the Cardinals here. Chatham Glenwood, New Lenox Liberty coming up here as we are well ahead of schedule here. We were scheduled to start this ball game at 1:30, or excuse me, it was a 1 o'clock start. We're probably about right on time. Thought the schedule said 1:30, but we lose a little bit of our mentality here as we go from game to game to game, and it was an early start for most of our team to get up and get set up here today. Valajos picks it up on the turnover, and now it comes back to Adriana Madrid. She'll get it now down to Carly Brunel, who's had a real nice first half here for Westview Hills. Ball is stolen away. Now stolen away back for the Wildcats. McKissick with the basketball. Comes it over to the left wing now. This is Brunel, and she loses it. Stolen away by Kumo. Kumo driving into the lane. Goes off of her foot. Loose ball now picked up by the hands of Elena Valajos. 2:56 left to go here in the second quarter. Both of these teams really just giving the ball up frequently. And now Brunel's going to drive into the lane. She'll go up and get some contact and go to the free throw line. Foul was whistled against Kate Matre. It's going to be her first for the Cardinals, team number 3 in the quarter. Couple of substitutions for the Wildcats, and Coach Dan Birdie wants to talk things over. We'll take a quick timeout. Willowbrook leads Arlington Heights 10-6. We're back here on Central Illinois Sports.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
I love training. I like to help people improve on their tasks. That food has been providing everything for me. They just treat you so well. When my life needed an opportunity, I chose that.
Welcome you back here on Central Illinois Sports as we're watching our third of 4 quarterfinals here in the 7th grade Class 4A state tournament. We remind you your subscription here on Central Illinois Sports for the IESA package gets you coverage of our semifinals tonight, championship games on Thursday, and access into the 8th grade tournaments coming up next weekend. We step back to the free throw line here as Carly Brunel goes back to the line here for Westview Hills. Lauren Lipinski checked in during the timeout break, number 20. And we've got one more here that we'll tell you about after the free throw. Free throw's up and no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Lipinski, and the Wildcats will go to second chance at it here. Valajos with the basketball, dribbling around the volleyball line, guarded out by Heffernan. Now a dump pass down to the corner. Kimball shot from 8 feet, no good. And the rebound comes down into the hands of Matre, but she dribbles it off the end line. And it'll go back to Westview Hills here with 2:35 left in the second. Just a 10-6 ball game here. They get the basketball in. McKissick inbounds it now down into Brunel. She goes up with it. Nothing there. They get it back to her. She drives in again, goes up with it, and trickles it over the front of the rim for 2 more. Westview Hills has doubled the margin here. It's a 12-6 game with 2:20 left. Full court pressure now again from the Wildcats. Carroll with it. She's got to try and get out of harm's way, and now she gets the basketball down to Vermillion. Guarded out by Brunel. 2:08 left to go. She picks the basketball up. Heffernan drives on the baseline, gets it down into Matre, and she'll get fouled. First foul of the quarter here against the Wildcats. 3 on the board now for Arlington Heights South. 2:03 left to go here in our second period. They get the basketball down into Tauber. Tauber takes a couple of dribbles, picks it up. Tightly guarded by the Wildcats. She'll dump it into Heffernan. And there will be another foul here against the Wildcats on the defensive try. Brunel gets whistled for the foul. It's going to be her first personal. Lipinski will take a quick seat. Sophia Johnson steps back onto the court here for some defensive presence for the Wildcats. They get the basketball in. Tauber goes up with it. Shot's no good. It's going to be tipped out of bounds quickly, and it'll go back into the hands of Arlington Heights South. McKenna Carroll hands it off to Frazee. Back down into Heffernan. Tries to dump it into the high post. Nothing there as Tauber lost the control of it. Goes out of bounds. Bounces around a few players, and it'll still go back to Arlington Heights South here with 1:42 left here in the first half. Carroll with the basketball, taking a few dribbles out near midcourt, hands it back off to Fraze. Campbell Fraze picks it up now. She's double teamed and needs to get rid of it. They quickly try to work it into the post to Tauber. It gets tripped away. And now coming out of the fray is going to be Elena Vallajos with it. Extended pressure here from the Cardinals. Reese McKissick dribbles through coverage. Picks it up, tries to get it down to Johnson. She's double teamed in the post. Kicks it back out. Vallajos, nice baseline drive down to Johnson. A real nice play as Vallajos gets the dandy dime. And Johnson gets the deuce. It's a 14-6 lead here for Willowbrook Westview Hills. Real nice baseline drive. Drew the double team and found Johnson standing all alone. And if they wouldn't double team, Vallajos would have got the easy layup. Trying to get it down into the post, stripped away now from Johnson. And there will be a foul against the Cardinals here. That's going to be their fourth of the quarter with 48 seconds left. If we get to 5, we shoot 2 shots for double bonus. There's no more 1-and-1 here in the state of Illinois. Molly McCarthy checks in for the Cardinals. Sitting down will be McKenna Carroll. The foul was whistled against Briley Heffernan. That's going to be her first personal. .44 seconds left here to go in the first half. Cardinals will get the basketball to start the third quarter, barring a tie-up or change in possession. Shot up from Brunel is no good. Johnson gets it up. It rolls around the rim and rolls off, but she's going to go back to the free throw line. First shot from Johnson is up and no good. Audrey Childs will check back in here for the Cardinals. Second free throw is up and good. Make it a 15-6 ball game. This gym gets eerily quiet when we get to free throw situations. As Childs gets the basketball, gets tipped out of bounds by McKissick. It'll remain Arlington Heights basketball here with 32.3 as they've got to get through this full court pressure. Westview Hills basketball. As they've got to get through the Arlington Heights South pressure. We've got it straight for you. Brunel gets the basketball. She falls on the ground with it. Gets tied up with some Cardinals. It'll be a jump ball. Basketball's going to go here to Arlington Heights South. 28.2 left to go. She throws it in, goes into the hands of Childs, gets tipped away from Brunel, and goes out of bounds. It'll still be South basketball here. We'll just change the inbound spot. Heffernan with it. She's got to get it inbounds. Gets it now back out to Fraze. Fraze is going to try and dribble it up here for South. Gets double teamed and stopped. Gets it down into the corner. 19 seconds left to go. They get it top of the key to McCarthy. Down on the right short corner. Gets tipped out by the Wildcats. 14.4 seconds left to go here in the first half. 15-6 our score. Long two-pointer from Fraze, no good. Sophia Johnson gets the basketball. Here come the Wildcats. Vallajos with it. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. She's got to move it down the court. Gets it down into the hands of McKissick. Goes out of bounds off of somebody. They say it's going to be McKissick. And now with 1.2 seconds, Arlington Heights South needs to go basically the length of the court real fast. It's going to be a long pass. Here it comes. And they took time off the clock. But no one touched it. But that's okay. 7/10 of a second left here. Wildcats will get the basketball. They're going to try and throw another long pass. They get it down. It'll get tipped out of the hands by McCall Tauber, and that'll be our first half. Willowbrook, Westview Hills 15, Arlington Heights South 6. Then our third quarter final here. We'll step aside for a couple of minutes and come back with some halftime statistics and come back here live on Central Illinois Sports. Welcome you back here to Central Illinois Sports as we took our halftime break here. Halftime scoring here for the Willowbrook Westview Hills Wildcats. Elena Vallajos has 3 points. Carly Brunel has 3. The scorer leading all players here in this third quarterfinal today is Sophia Johnson. She's got 9 points, including the first 3 of the ball game here for Willowbrook Westview Hills. On the opposite side for Arlington Heights South, Campbell Fraze has 2, McCall Tauber has 2, and Bria Hugan has 2. Fouls not really in mounting up against anyone too much here in the first half of this contest. We do remind you coming up, we've got our fourth quarter final. That's going to be Chatham-Glenwood taking on New Lenox Liberty coming up at 2:30. We will reset and take a quick break here on the stream after that, and we'll come back around 4:45, 4:50 in the afternoon for our first of 2 semifinals, a 5 o'clock and 6:30 semifinal. Winners will go on to the championship game at 7:30 next Thursday. Losers of the semifinal come back for the 6 o'clock third place contest. We remind you, if you're new to Central Illinois Sports, first off, welcome. Thanks for joining us here on a wonderful Saturday afternoon. We remind you that your subscription gets you access into the semifinal games tonight, along with our trophy games on Thursday, and you'll have access into the 8th grade games coming up next weekend. Our staff will be at all 4 sites for all 4 classes coming up next weekend, and we'll provide complete coverage of the 8th grade tournaments as well. When we get to February, we'll do it with the boys, 7th and 8th graders as well, and then we will also bring you coverage of girls volleyball and all 4 classes coming up for the 7th and 8th grade levels. That will be in mid-March. Just a couple of minutes left until we get ready for second half action. We'll take a quick break to tell you about some of the wonderful sponsors that bring us high school and junior high basketball here on the Central Illinois Sports platform. When we come back, second half action between Arlington Heights South and Willowbrook Westview Hills here from the 4A 7th grade state tournament from Morton Junior High.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Shooting is one of our favorite pastimes.
When it comes to guns and ammo, think Game Masters. They have new guns, used guns, gun safes, and gun accessories. And be sure to head over to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out our great selection.
clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more. At Game Masters in Quincy,
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already, he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
Welcome you back here to Central Illinois Sports, and this Arlington Heights South crowd has really just gotten fired up here during the halftime break as they're trying to will their team back into the contest here. It's going to be Wildcats basketball, though, to start the third quarter. Willowbrook leads 15-6 as we start the second half. They'll get the basketball now down to Kimball. She gets double teamed, and it's going to get a jump ball as Campbell Fraze was able to get her hands on it. And the change of possession will go to the Cardinals. So the Cardinals able to stop the first drive here from Willowbrook. We'll see if they're able to answer and get themselves to close down this deficit just a little more. Between the legs dribble there for McKenna Carroll. Gets it now down up to the high post. This is Fraze with it. Dumps it down into McCall Tauber, and she gets on the board. And just like that, it's a 15-8 ball game. We have seen comebacks in both of our first 2 quarterfinals from 12-point deficits, cutting it down to single digits. We'll see if we can get one here. Shot from Brunel was no good. Johnson got it. She goes up with it, and she'll get fouled and go back to the free throw line. First foul of the quarter against Arlington Heights South. As we remind you, we reset fouls at the end of every quarter. Foul goes against Brindley Heffernan, and it'll be her second. First free throw is up and good here for Sophia Johnson. Second one up and from the forward is no good. Rebound comes down to Maddie Kimball. She turns it over though, and now it's a fight for the ball. Comes up to McKenna Carroll. She pushes the tempo now down for Arlington Heights South. Fraze thought about the three ball. Picks it up, tries to work it over to the west side. Almost gets tipped away. Fraze comes back up with it. Now she throws it away as Carroll gets her hands in the passing lane. But McKenna Carroll, gets a hand on it. That was Carly Brunel. Bear with us sometimes as we just get a few names confused here. It's all new players and new teams to us here at the Central Illinois Sports Crew. Maddie Kimball will inbounds here for the Wildcats. Full court pressure coming out for the Cardinals. Gets stripped away now, but Carly Brunel gets a hand on it. Now gets it up to Johnson. Johnson goes up the right side and good. Sophia Johnson with two more. It's an 18-8 ball game here. 4:50 left to go. And not entirely sure what happened here is Fraze tried grabbing the basketball. She's a little upset at the officials. I think she was waiting for the officials to maybe give her the basketball back. She tried tossing it their way, maybe expecting that they were going to give it back, but after she'd already established possession, it was time to inbounds the ball. Basketball goes to Fraze now. She steals it. Bounce pass over to Heffernan. Picks it up on the right wing, back to Fraze. Top of the key now. This is McKenna Carroll. Three ball high off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Childs. She can't finish. Wildcats got the rebound, but they turned it over, and Heffernan picks it up and finishes it for South. 18-10 ball game here. 4:20 left to go, and it's another steal. Back to Carroll. She goes up with it on the left hand, bounces around the rim, and good. It's an 18-12 ball game, and we'll get a quick timeout called by Westview Hills. Arlington Heights South on a run. It's 18-12. Wildcats still lead. 4:12 left in the third. We're back here in 30 seconds.
Go team, go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Willowbrook Westview Heights called the timeout here as the Cardinals of Arlington Heights South starting to put some things together and get on a little run here. It's now a 6-point ball game again on a pair of back-to-back buckets from the Cardinals. Wildcats will inbound the basketball. They'll face full court pressure here from South. One more quarterfinal still to go here. There'll be Chatham Glenwood taking on New Lenox Liberty. Winners of this game and the next one will face each other coming up at 6:30. Johnson with the basketball at midcourt. Cross-court pass now over to Brunel. Brunel drives into double coverage, picks it up at the short corner. Has to get rid of it. That's Valajos. Three-pointer on the way is good. Elena Valajos knocks it down from 19-9. And it's a 21-12 game just like that. Childs with the basketball. They get it across the time stripe. This is McKenna Carroll. A few dribbles from Fraze, this three-man weave offense, and then they quickly look down into the wings. Drive in from Carroll, high off the glass, no good. Fight for the rebound comes down into the hands of McCall Tauber. She almost loses it. Now it's her and Johnson in a tie-up. Jump ball will be called, and possession will remain here with Arlington Heights South. Bria Hugan will check back in for the Cardinals. Sitting down will be McCall Tauber. Heffernan will inbound for Arlington Heights South. Gets it out to Childs. It takes a couple of dribbles, works it around the perimeter, do the Cardinals. And now they go inside to Childs. Kicks it back out. This is Fraze. Long two-pointer, no good as her foot was on the line. Rebound comes down to South. Three-pointer on the way from Heffernan. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound comes it down again to the Cardinals. But now it's a loose tie-up as Brunel got her hands on it. And we'll get another jump ball whistled. Alternating possession will belong to Westview Hills. Vallajos with the basketball, quickly tried to get it down to Johnson without dribbling. Frey's got her hand on it, though. It gets tipped away. Vallajos still has it. Now to Johnson. They get it across the timeline. McKissick loses the basketball off of her foot. It rolls all the way down to the Cardinals player standing under the basket. That was Frey's. Basketball will go out of bounds off the Wildcats here with 2:58 left to go. And now we get full court pressure from Westview Hills. Frey's with the basketball, picks it up. Carly Brunel gets her hands on it. We'll get another tie-up. Possession will remain here with the Cardinals. .252 left to go here in the third. It's been a little bit of a fun start here to the second half as Arlington Heights has tried to make a ball game out of it. With the basketball now is Childs. Drives in baseline, goes up strong against Sophia Johnson, and she'll draw the foul and head to the free throw line. First foul of the quarter here against the Wildcats. For Johnson, it'll be her second personal foul. Eyeing up at the free throw line. First shot is up and good. It's now a 21-13 ball game here. Second one on the way is also good. Back to a 7-point deficit here with 2:38 to go. Vallajos with the basketball, quickly throws it down into Brunel. She tried to find Johnson. It gets tipped away on the hustle play, though, from Audrey Childs. And the Wildcats will get to inbound underneath their own hoop. Johnson with the basketball at the block, double teamed. Hasn't taken a dribble yet. Now bounce pass back out to Vallajos. They work it around the perimeter. This is Carly Brunel. Ball fake, running in with the right hand, bounces around the rim twice and goes down. Carly Brunel gets two more in. It's a 23-14 ball game here, 2:16 left to go. Vallajos with a tip. McKissick tries to get it, saves it in bounds. It comes back into the hands of the Cardinals players. Westview needs a rebound here on defense. They get it now down to quickly to Bria Hugan. She gets it on the cherry pick basket. 23-16. Vallajos driving down, stops at midcourt, tries to throw it down. There was no one there. Brunel was on the opposite side of the court. It'll be a turnover here against the Wildcats. Back to the left side, this is McKenna Carroll. Baseline down to Heffernan. 10-foot jumper is no good. It's a fight for the rebound. Comes down into the hands of Fraze on the loose ball grab. They try to get it down to the corner. Fraze dives for it, and there's going to be a foul called here on what appears to be against the Wildcats. It'll be against Elise Valisu. Second foul of the quarter here against Westview Hills. Substitutions coming in here. Brianna Klakenga checks back in for the first time in a long time for the Cardinals, along with number 35, Layla Vermillion. Vermillion with the basketball. Three-man weave up at the top here for the Cardinals. They try to look into the post and said they'll work to the left side. Down into the corner now, this is Heffernan. Three ball on the way from the top of the key is no good from Childs. Rebound comes down into the hands of Hugan. She's able to get it in against deep defensive coverage. And now it's a 23-18 ball game, 1:04 left to go here in the third. Westview had the numbers, couldn't finish though. And now the Cardinals get back into defense. McKissick drew a lot of coverage there and eventually draws the foul as she was double teamed by some Cardinals players. The foul goes against Klakenga. It's going to be her second personal. 55 seconds left to go here in the third. It's a tip ball, loose ball, fight for the floor. It's McKissick along with number 15, Audrey Childs. The jump ball will be called. Possession will go back to Westview Hills. They'll inbound the ball to Carly Brunel. Back to Vallajos now. Behind the back dribble with 45 seconds left to go. She's out of the volleyball line. Switch on defense now guarded by Klakenga. They work it around the perimeter. drive in. Lipinski lost it. It's still a loose ball. Now diving for it's Carly Brunel. The hustle play will go unwarranted, though, as she'll fall out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Cardinals. Sophia Johnson will come back in here for the Wildcats. Sitting down will be Lauren Lipinski. 30.2 seconds left to go here in the third period. 23-18 ball game here. It's been a fun one if you've been an Arlington Heights fan. They've had a nice third quarter here to try and close this deficit down. They still trail by 5. They've got the basketball. Going up is Klakenga. She'll draw the foul and go to the free throw line. Foul is going to get whistled against Reese McKissick. Second team foul, third team foul of the quarter here. First free throw is up and no good. Second foul of the game against McKissick. Klokinga at the free throw line. 22.7 left here to go. Second free throw is up and no good. It's down to a 4-point contest here. Wildcats trying to drive past the full court pressure. They get it down now to Brunel. She goes up with the left hand underneath, no good. Johnson comes up the rebound. She goes up with it. It bounces around the rim, does not fall, but Sophia Johnson will head back to the free throw line. Sophia Johnson is a tall, strong presence in the paint here for this Wildcats lineup. First free throw, rolls around and goes down. The foul was called against Briley Heffernan. It's her third. Team third. We'll get the point on the board there to make it a 24-19 ball game. As Kumo checked back in for the Cardinals. Second free throw is also up and good. Klokenga pushes here. 7 seconds. It gets tipped out of bounds by Carly Brunel and it'll go back to the Cardinals. 5 seconds left to go here. And Coach Dan Birdie wants to talk it over. We'll take a quick 30-second break, come back for the end of the third here on Central Illinois Sports.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
We'll see what the Cardinals draw out of the timeout here. They took the timeout with 5.9 seconds remaining. They are on their end of the court. Inbound will be right at the scorer's table. Emery Kumo will inbounds. They quickly get it to Kakenga. She fires up one from way downtown. She had a couple of seconds to at least take a dribble. The basketball goes off the hands of Sophia Johnson on the rebound try for 7/10 of a second left. The Cardinals are going to get a shot here. They fire it up. It's a long three at the corner. No good from Audrey Childs, and that's the end of our third quarter of play. Willowbrook Westview Hills leads Arlington Heights South 25-19. We've got fourth quarter play-by-play coming up here in 60 seconds.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
Tell my mom to pick me up soon. Once or twice a year, I might get the cold or a flu, and my wife calls it the man flu. So you know what that is.
Yeah. What do I love about our team? We have a good chemistry. We all work together.
I mean, come on. I've got the best job in the world. Sometimes they say, oh, I like to do handstands.
Yeah, I taught Brian how to do the handstand. That's all right.
And every day, I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah, it definitely makes me proud to be here.
The crowd comes alive again during the quarter break. They are trying to will this Cardinals team back into the lead here. And it's not going to happen on that possession as Maddie Kimball able to get her hands in the passing lanes and kicking out of bounds for the first possession of the quarter here for Arlington Heights South. 6-minute quarters here in junior high. These games fly by. Anderson with the basketball, works it down on the left side to Kumo. Takes a couple of dribbles, gets stopped by Kimball. They almost lose the basketball. They throw it away now. Has to be rattled down by McKenna Carroll. Vallejo's got her hands in the passing lane. They say that one just gets tipped away. Anderson to Fraze. Now down over to Carroll in the corner. She's double teamed. Gets it back to Campbell Fraze. Tries to dump it inside. Into the paint. That was Hugan. 3-ball on the way. Misses the mark from Klokenga. Wildcats with it. Trapped deep in the corner. Now it's a steal. Pick up from Hugan. She can't get it on the first time. Misses the second. Johnson gets a hands on it. Knocks it out of bounds. It'll go back to the Cardinals here with 4:57 to go. They get the basketball inbounds. This is to Campbell Fraze. Takes a few dribbles on the left wing, kicks it back down into the corner now to Emery Kumo. They get the basketball into the paint. This is Hugan. Tries to go up, gets stripped away. Basketball now comes down into the hands of Maddie Kimball, and we'll get a timeout taken here by the Wildcats. 4:45 left to go in this one. We'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com.
Wildcats take the timeout. They've got the length of the floor to go here against the South full court pressure. They get the ball in bounds to Elena Vallejo's. Quickly get it back down to Carly Brunel. She gets past the half-court line. Tries to get it into Johnson. Goes off her foot. Brunel picks it back up. She'll get fouled on the shot and go to the line for 2 on the Cardinals foul. First foul of the quarter against South here in the fourth. We reset the fouls at the end of every quarter. After 5, we go to the free throw line for 2. Foul win against Bria Hugan. That's her first personal as Brunel steps to the free throw line. First one is up and good. It's a 26-19 ball game here. Layla Vermillion will check back in. Bria Hugan will take a seat for the Cardinals. Chatham Glenwood, New Lenox Liberty coming up in our fourth quarter final here in just a little bit. Second one up and no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Campbell Fraze. McKenna Carroll gets the ball. Here come the Cardinals. They work it over. It's tipped now out Maddie Kimball. Stolen away from Westview Hills. And we'll get a foul in the backcourt against Audrey Childs. Second foul of the quarter against the Cardinals for Childs. It's just her first personal. With the basketball now, this is Kimball. Tries to toss it up, and she's going to get fouled. Excuse me, that was McKissick. And we'll get the foul reported here at the scorer's table. Third of the quarter now against Arlington Heights. These are piling up quickly as Emery Kumo checks back in for Brinley Heffernan. The ball just goes past Carly Brunel. She gets kind of popped in the face on the play. It's a steal for the Cardinals. Here they come. They quickly work it down now. Vermillion shot no good. It's a loose ball scramble on the floor, and they're going to call it a jump ball. Possession will go back to Westview Hills. Lauren Lipinski checks back in. Carly Brunel will take a seat. They'll let her kind of tend to her. Don't know if she got caught in the eye or the face there, but she took a swat to the face area. McKissick drives in. She's going to get fouled on the sideline there. The foul's going to go against Campbell Fraze. Fourth foul now against the Cardinals. Westview Hills will be in the bonus for the remainder of the 3:58 here in the fourth. Maddie Kimball will inbound here for Willowbrook. basketball as they try to push it back down to Kimball. Gets tipped out of bounds by Emery Kumo. Westview Hills will get to inbound one more time here as now Brunel checks back in, and they'll get Lipinski back on the bench. Whatever happened there didn't tend to the young lady too much as now she's back in play. 3:54 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Watching it all live on Central Illinois Sports, the exclusive home for the IESA Boys and Girls State Basketball Championships. They get the basketball stolen away from McKenna Carroll. Carroll goes up with it high off the glass, and McKenna Carroll knocks it down on the larceny in the layup. It is a 26-21 basketball game with 3:30 left to go here. They get it to Johnson, takes the dribble, gets stolen away now as she tried to find the outlet pass, and instead it gets stripped away from McKenna Carroll. Drives down to the right side, hands it off. 3 ball on the way from Audrey Childs, misses the mark entirely. Emery Kumo tried to get her hands on it to keep it in play. Instead, it'll go out of bounds. Hugan will check back in. Vermillion will take a seat for Arlington Heights South. Wildcats with the basketball. Valajos trying to dribble. She's got to get out of some real nasty coverage there. Instead, it gets stripped away by the Cardinals. Childs with it, gets it now down to Frey. She goes up high with the left hand, no good. Rebound tried to be grabbed by McKissick. Instead, it goes out of bounds. 3:02 left to go in the clock here in the fourth quarter. Long 3 ball on the way from Kumo. No good. Reese McKissick comes down with the rebound. She's double teamed, got to get rid of it. Valajos long pass down to Carly Brunin. Goes up with the right hand and good for Brunel. Carly Brunel knocks it down. It's a 28-21 ball game here now. 2:40. Every time the Cardinals threaten, Westview Hills is able to answer. Three ball on the way is up and good. Audrey Childs knocks one down from 19-9. And just like that, we're down to a 4-point ball game. Pushing now. Sophia Johnson up and in with the layup. Sophia Johnson with 2 more. She's had a heck of a ball game. She's a heck of a player. 30-24. Campbell Fraze with the basketball. Now out to the volleyball line. This is Childs. Drives in. Kicked back out to Fraze. And they say she'll take an extra step before the shot. And it'll be a turnover against South. Watching it all here live from Morton Junior High School, just outside of Peoria, Illinois. A nice facility here in Junior Potter's country. Sophia Johnson with the basketball. Probably not normally a point guard from what we've gathered today, but still a really nice presence here on the offensive side for the Wildcats. She's got the basketball, no dribble, instead turns it over as Childs steals it away. Audrey Childs tries to get it cross court over to Heffernan. Heffernan goes up with it. She knocks it down for 2. 26-30. Arlington Heights fans as excited as we've seen them this whole ball game. Johnson goes up with a shot. She'll get fouled and she'll go to the free throw line. Arlington Heights fans wanted to block and to let them keep playing. That's going to be the 5th foul of the quarter here. We're going to get a timeout taken by Westview Hills. We'll take it 2. It's 30-26. Wildcats on top. We're back here in 30 seconds.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Cranberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
Welcome you back to live action here. Sophia Johnson is going to step to the free throw line here for Westview Hills. Her team leads the Cardinals, or Arlington Heights South, 30-26. She makes the first free throw. Arlington Heights still has 3 timeouts under its belt. Willowbrook is just down to 1 for the rest of the contest. Second free throw up and no good. And we're going to get a foul in the backcourt. That's going to go against Maddie Kimball. Just the first foul of the quarter here against Westview Hills. .130 left to go here. It's a 5-point deficit for the Cardinals. They've got the basketball. Campbell Fraze with it. Back up on the right side. Vallejo's able to get her hands in it. She strips it away. Steal for the Wildcats. Carly Brunel with it. We'll see if they try to hold or they try to go for the dagger here. Johnson with it. She gets double teamed, needs to get rid of it, and she does. Back to Elena Vallajos, and now Vallajos will get fouled outside the arc, and she'll step to the line here for bonus shots. The foul goes against Audrey Childs. That'll be her second personal as Elena Vallajos steps to the line here. First free throw is up and no good. Still a 5-point game with 1:06 left to go. We've seen in this tournament so far here today, anything can happen. We've seen a couple of teams rebound from 12-point deficits so far. Second free throw is up and good. It's 32-26 on the free throw from Vallajos. Cardinals need to push the tempo just a hair here. Fraze with it. Back over to Childs. She thought about the three. Fraze thought about it as well, and instead she drags the pivot foot and travels. 55 seconds left to go. We will anticipate seeing the Wildcats go to the free throw line here. They get it to Johnson. She'll take a few dribbles, picks it up outside the volleyball line. They get it back to Vallajos with 49 left to go. Tries to throw it to Maddie Kimball. Instead, it gets grabbed by Carly Brunel. Taking a few dribbles, and the Cardinals have to foul, and they eventually do in the hands of McKenna Carroll. Carly Brunel will step to the free throw line for 2. For McKenna Carroll, that's going to be her second personal foul. First free throw is up and good for Carly Brunel. It's now 33-26. We laugh because we've explained to you how the bonus rules work here, but the scoreboards from what you would say are antiquated now, still programmed to put up the bonus at 7. One of those manual things we as scorekeepers will have to tend to. Second free throw is no good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Sophia Johnson, gets tipped away, and it'll be Cardinals basketball here with 37 seconds left, and Dan Birdie wants the timeout. We'll take it 2. Come back for the finish here in just a minute on Central Illinois Sports.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera. Named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
I love training. I like to help people improve on their tasks. That food has been providing everything for me. They just treat you so well. When my life needed an opportunity, I chose that.
Welcome you back to Morton Junior High here for the 7th grade Class 4A state tournament. Quarterfinal 3 of 4. We still have Chatham Glenwood and New Lenox Liberty coming up here for you. Scheduled to start at 2:30. We're going to be a little bit behind on that schedule. After that, we'll get things reset for the 5 o'clock tip. That's going to be Hickory Creek taking on Normal Kingsley. The winner of this one goes on to the 6:30 semifinal. Cardinals will have to push the tempo quickly here. 35 seconds to go. They are down by 7. Fraze with the basketball. Picks it back up top of the key. Somebody's got to fire a shot up, and it's going to be Childs, and she's going to get fouled and go to the free throw line here for 3 shots. Well, if there's anything that you didn't want to see happen as a Westview Hills fan, it was to see a foul on a three-point shot that would stop the clock here in the fourth quarter. Childs goes to the free throw line. First one is up and good. It's now 33-27. 2 timeouts left here for the Cardinals. 1 left for Willowbrook. Second free throw is up and also good. Cardinals are not in the bonus yet. There's a lot of fouls to give here on the Westview Hills side. Westview Hills is in the bonus on any foul from the Cardinals. Third free throw, up and good. All 3 knocked down. It's 33-29 here. 28 seconds left to go. Stolen away. It's Heffernan. Goes up for the shot. Now she's going to get fouled. The Cardinals refuse to die here in Morton. Two more free throw opportunities here with the clock stopped at 22 seconds left. The foul goes against Maddie Kimball. It's her third. You could hear a pin drop in this gym during free throws. First shot is up and no good for Heffernan. Desperately needs to get the second free throw here to put the Cardinals into position. They asked Tim Strizo to step back in the coach's box. Seems a little unnecessary to worry about at this point in time. Second free throw is up and no good. Rebound comes down to the hands of Kimball, but it gets stripped away from Heffernan. Now it gets stripped away and stolen by Brunel. 16 seconds left to go. Valajos had nowhere to go. She was triple teamed, and now she draws the foul, and she'll go down to the free throw line with an opportunity to potentially ice this game here for Willowbrook Westview Heights. The foul goes against Heffernan. That's going to be her 5th of the contest. She'll foul out here with 13 seconds left. It's been a great effort by that young lady today. And now you're going to see a couple of substitutions here. Stella Infuso comes in, number 3 for Westview Hills, along with number 15, Isabella Holden. Valajos at the free throw line. First one is up and no good. Timeout still to go here for the Cardinals. Second free throw from Valajos is up and good. That might be enough to do it. 34-29, 13 seconds left to go here. Here come the Cardinals. Driving in is Carroll. High off the glass, no good. It's going to be a loose ball fight for the rebound. Comes down to Valajos. She takes it across the time stripe with 2 seconds. 1 second, and that's going to be the ball game. Willowbrook Westview Hills advances to the semifinals later tonight. A 34-29 winner over Arlington Heights South. A fantastic second half rally from the Cardinals. Comes up just a little bit short here. Willowbrook Westview Hills advances 13-1. They'll move to the semifinals at 6:30. Arlington Heights South season ends with a record of 13-2. We will wrap up this stream. We remind you, you still have access to watch the fourth quarter final. So if you're one of those Westview Heights fans and you want to check out your upcoming opponent, you can watch him here live on Central Illinois Sports. We'll take a few minutes to step aside and get things reset on the stream. When we come back, it'll be our fourth quarter final of the day, Chatham Glenwood and New Lenox Liberty here on Central Illinois Sports.